When I
Boys room,
when
we're up.
we
I didn't like that last bit, so I'm doing it over again.
we're start
All right. Take.
take four. It's fine. I wasn't paying attention. I heard you talking, but I was trying to finish boosting because I finally figured out how to run political ads
Your
through
son
the
just
M3 podcast.
your son just entered.
Did he?
He entered and left. He seemed
Oh,
he was holding something bloody, very very very
yeah.
bloody, a murder utensil of sorts.
It's some yeah. He does that. I call him Murder Tool.
Murder tool.
That's my nickname for him.
Yes,
My
this
little
is my son,
my little Murder Tool.
my little murder tool.
Yeah. It's
Dude,
very exciting. So now I can post all like because we have so many fucking mayor bits,
Mhm.
but Facebook lists them as political, so you
Yeah.
can't post social or political stuff without being like verified as like a person. But I forgot that I verified through the city of Crofton stuff, so
Such
I
bullshit.
can use that. So I can the mayor to mayor video.
Uh-huh.
I can boost that now.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, because that one like I felt that was so fucking funny, and I felt bad that I was like, man, I put that in like I don't know, like 20 different like podcasting groups. And it's so funny. There's a Anne Arundel County group that's like, what's going on in Anne Arundel County?
Oh yes.
I post all of our posts in that group every week. And every week it gets taken down. It's so funny to me.
Their
Like,
mods
I
are
don't
on
know.
top of their shit over there, man.
Yeah, but it'll get there for like a couple hours, but then he'll be like, no, denied. But he won't like kick me out. So that's kind of funny.
I like the use of democracy over there. So again, you're here in the boys' room, you're here in your favorite room. Most people here support the troops like we do, hardcore. This is a bit I am going to keep
There you go.
because Maddie's over here. He's the man. He's laying the hammer down, and that is his birthright. And by birthright we mean his $5 right. It is his right. It is all your
$5
rights.
birthright.
Like one thing we need to make clear, that $5 entitles you to verbally abuse us. You cannot hurt us. Like you can only construct us. You know, internet connection is unstable. Fuck you, Zoom. No, it's plenty fucking stable, and it's really embarrassing that it like flashes that on the screen in front of everybody. Thanks. Fucking assholes. But yeah, Maddie, we're here. Here it is. A day late. Sorry, we needed to take some time to really meditate about the sacrifices made by the men and women across this country. Okay, thin blue, thin green, thin red, thin yellow line, thin gray.
Thin pink, thin purple.
Gray is tow truck drivers. That's the only one I support. They fucking rule.
Chakras.
There's a color, for anybody. For here, do you know what those flags are for? Communities that wished they were marginalized. Like they're like, wouldn't that be fun? Like we could be real hateful and on top and still have our flags and pretend that everyone hates us,
Oh,
A silent majority of people, right?
I want like I don't know. I need a flag for like whale conservationists. So what's that the Whale Wars show? That
Dude.
guy, he needs a show. He needs a flag.
The thin whale line.
I know he has like his pirate flag, but needs a thin. I don't know, black because they're always no maybe blue for the ocean.
Yeah,
No, because it's already for the cops.
No,
Yeah,
but like take it back. Like that's the thing. We can't. I will bring. So I'll bring this. I'll bring the bit back, right? But not do it away. We should just reassign. In honor of Pride Month, the lovely people of my community, I have a suggestion. I think it's time I put that out into the ether. We give the rainbow flag to the cops. Just complete reversal. We take every military flag. Just get them all in here. And then we call ourselves the Falcons. I've brought this up before.
Let's go Falcons.
Falcons. The Falcons. There's more than one Falcons. There's the Atlanta Falcons. There's other Falcons. There's more than one Giants team. So why can't we be... there would need to be like a preference. Like you couldn't be like the homosexual Falcons. That doesn't flow. But you also can't be the gay Falcons, which does flow. But then it leads like... You could be the queer Falcons because that's a very catch-all type term. They need to bring me in to fucking brand. You know what I mean? Like I can't. Alphabet Mafia is cool. I like that, but it's not a term that gets used enough. If we just switched over to Falcons,
What about like Eagles?
no,
Because that's
Falcons.
more American,
But I don't care exactly. I'm looking to bring them all in.
Okay.
I want all of my
I got
brothers
you.
and sisters from all over the place, and I want a one world order. under
All
the
these
all these falcons together, soaring above places like Poland and Lithuania. I guess
I'm pretty
shitting
sure
on
my
them.
son. So I didn't know that falcons were was like was a catch-all term for even falcons. I didn't know that. And then my
There's
son,
other falcons. Yeah.
yeah, my son schooled me on the different breeds of falcons one day. He was just like, "What about a parakeet falcon?" And I was like, "You mean parakeet? No, a parakeet and a falcon are different." He was like, "No, Dad, you're fucking stupid and you don't know anything about birds."
So
And I was
isn't it
like,
more apt?
"I'm." Is he what?
Isn't it more apt now that we switch it over?
Yeah, just one catch-all.
Just one catch
It's
all.
fine.
The
If
falcon.
nothing else, to prove my son wrong and destroy him.
So, Alex Tyler, why are you going about this movement? Well,
My son's an asshole.
his son got a little mouthy. Boys, that was that's actually a good example of bits that we cut, right? I wanted to give you a live reading, a live example of like an M3 bit. Like that wouldn't have made the main show, right?
Well, technically, you cut it from this show,
Yeah, and then I
you
redid
brought
it
it back. Yeah,
to do that.
that's
To
fine.
do a demonstration. That's the point of the boys' room.
Yeah.
I'm back, guys. I'm back in perfect health.
I know,
immune to
Maddie.
diseases.
I'm also gonna mail your. I know I got your address. I'm gonna mail your shirt. Your shirt's right here, but I need Alex to sign it. But then he was gonna shit his pants and throw up
Yeah, we should
Thursday.
talk about
So
that. Yeah, I'm here doing bits on the boys' room. We should probably do what they paid to come here for behind the scenes. I was really fucking sick at your house, and I felt bad. I'm like, am I like sick? Gonna get them sick? But like, we ate something. Like, don't know how to describe it, but like, I got like a day or two before I was at your house when we were doing this boys' room. I didn't feel right. So like swimmy, and like kind of just like, oh, I'm out of it. Like my stomach felt a little sour, but I'm like, I'm just. I equate that with a lot of things. My stomach won't feel well.
you know what I thought was very bold of all of us, and I thought about this afterwards, is that your entire household had like a stomach flu of some sort,
Uh-huh.
and then we went over to your house Sunday to feast on
yes.
tons of hand food and stuff like that. And I was like, oh man, I was like, watch everybody also
damn it.
get like the stomach flu.
All right, so that while that does suck, and I just kind of had a revelation as my McDonald's is now being told it's closed. I hate having to get McDonald's, dude, because it's just the only place that delivers a decent coffee, and I can't go anywhere when my kid's in school. I didn't wake up early enough to do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a failure. But yeah, so we're really serious about like when people don't feel well. It's like as soon the day everyone feels better again, Michelle, like a wild woman, just sprays and cleans and rubs down literally every fucking thing. So
That's good.
we should, you know what I mean? Like there was, you don't think all the time, but
Yeah.
it was a group think effort.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny.
I think you guys will be okay because Michelle never got anything. Like she had a little sour, and then Michelle's daycare person kind of like didn't feel good, but we feel like it started with Penny and ended with me. And I made sure not to spew at your house. Yeah, I don't know how. I was like sweating, like legitimately sweating, and I was like, "What's wrong with me?" But it was some sort of stomach bug, food poisoning, whatever. I have no idea, but I feel better now. And I pushed through that podcast. There was a couple times where I thought I might have to tell him I got to pack up and go because we didn't get started till like 9.
That was, I think that might have been the latest start.
Oh God, by far.
Yeah.
We usually start like late. A late start for us is like 7.
Yeah.
Like we usually start around 6 o'clock, between 6 and 7. Finish up around 10:30.
And we were juggling. So you were feeling sick, but also Rigel had spent the day in the hospital. He'd had like diarrhea 100 times. So I was like also tending to him being sick.
Yes, and then Tucker wasn't feeling well either, too. So like our families weren't feeling sick or weren't feeling well. In our tummies.
It's fine.
And you know, dude, I'm immune to all diseases. The only reason I was able to get over it so quickly is because of my sweet Pfizer vax that cures me of everything. I cannot catch another disease for the rest of my life. But
we are Pfizer.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
nah, dude, we pushed forward. We did this shit. And if you guys want, I could do a mukbang on stream. I can just grab my food, like the rest of this boys' room when it shows up. I could just eat my McMuffin like really close to the mic. It's real sloppy and chompy. All right. I haven't pulled this Word doc up yet. Good. It's going to be a good boys' room. I promised
I wrote a little bit, you know.
Well, speaking of Muggle Meat, before I kind of turn it to you, like, and ask you questions about what we should do this week, I do need to talk about my puking experience because I can't do it mainline because like people could be really fucked up with throwing up, and I get that, I really do. So trigger warning: if you don't like hearing about puke, man, just take a break.
That'll be when I switch our podcast over to the site where I get analytics. You'll start talking about puke, and I'll get to see everybody cut out and stop listening to that episode at that point.
Dude, the only bits that are gonna do well, it's gonna break my heart because it's gonna be like all the things that I love are gonna be too terrible. I'm just like, I didn't want this information.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what does well.
Your bits, I know your bits will do well. I don't know, man. I could be a little grating. It can be a little grating.
I did. Somebody did tell Callie the other day. They were just like, I tried listening to Alex and Tyler's podcast. They're like, I'm not entirely sure what's happening.
Yeah.
It's like I'm the first hour in. This was the wrestling one. Yeah, so this was the last one. They're just like, I think they were getting like an hour in. I don't know if they finished it, but I know that they're just like, I'm not entirely sure what's happening, but I'm listening. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I almost feel like
you need to start from episode 1. It's the only way.
Yeah. It's like we're starting to build so many like inside jokes and lore at this point.
I do want to make people have to commit to that. Like if you go to like an anime or like One Piece, like there's 1,000 issues of One Piece. Well, you got to start like they're at 1,002. Like, see you go start at 1.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of things that are like crime and sports or small town murder. Well, both of those, they have like a bunch of different bits where they kind of do other characters, but like the characters come from a previous story usually when they just kind of like did a bit, but then it was funny and they did a funny voice and then they'll do it every episode. And so like I've had to go back. Like, I think, there were a couple hundred episodes in, and I've had to go back to the beginning and start trying to figure out, like, okay, when the hell did this joke start and what is it from? Because it's developed into something completely different now, but I got to know.
The lore. I love pod lore. That's how you have to stand out. You need to kind of make your show an exclusive little club. Like, hey, you gotta know to know, man.
I know. And I'm really leaning into the hashtag not a blank podcast.
I think that's a bit.
I don't know if you saw in their description of the M3 podcast, I actually added at the end, like, hashtag not a podcast.
Not a podcast. Yes.
And like I'm going to try and make it so every post ends with not a, and then whatever that post is about type of podcast. So like, I'm really going to lean into that because I've had people ask me what it's about. And I'm like,
keep talking. I have to let this fucking Dasher into my door. Keep talking. Keep talking, motherfucker.
But yeah, so I mean, for you all, like people have asked me like how to describe this podcast, and I don't know because it's kind of an amalgamation of like different things we do. It really is just like what me and Alex would talk about, like in the morning at 5 a.m. while taking shits, and then look at him, he's still yelling. Is that Marilyn Monroe? Oh my god, did he take down his Eric Clapton photo? Because that'd be funny. I talk shit about Eric Clapton and now it's gone. Now it's Marilyn Monroe. Much better picture. Much better person. And that's fine. But yeah, I'm kind of hungry. It's okay. He's going to make me keep talking. But yeah, the hashtag not a blank podcast. I wrote another description and I tried to infuse all these like weird Blink-182 terms into it because I thought that was funny because that was how we started. But yeah. Oh no, I kept going for the most part.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. See, that was your test, and he was walking up so slow, and I was like, God, fuck you, dude. Can't do this right now.
I was like, oh man, he's gonna have me talk about. I've never. It's the Talog.
The Talog.
The Talog instead of the Walog.
You stay off my bits, man. All right.
No, that's what I do.
So this is the pen, by the way, that needs to be redeemed.
Oh.
I did finish it.
Oh.
Man, now my food's here, but we're gonna keep going.
Yeah. I talked about I pointed out that I talk shit about Eric Clapton, and now I've noticed your Eric Clapton poster is not there anymore, and it's Marilyn Monroe. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You moved it closer.
Closer. I brought him closer to me. Would you know my name?
Yeah, I gotta decorate or something in here. I want to give a good background, especially if we start filming in here.
Oh yeah, but there's also like it does still kind of work. Like that is a good background, but it also isn't. Like your background is a better background than my background. You're in a murder cave, and I'm in a very nice bedroom. But for podcasting, yours works a lot better. Like I actually have these pictures up here to dampen the sound a little bit when I do the vlog. What you doing today?
Do something about these lights too. I got a lot of down lighting,
which is better again because I have like this bullshit. Like
well, that's terrible.
Yeah, dude.
Because depending on which way, if you lean like a certain way, it'll start to blow out the screen and stuff.
Exactly, but I don't know. I guess you got to get curtains, but then I'll put it like a blackout curtain. I need to get a ring light.
Gotta get that blackout curtain.
I'm going to open up and get my fucking coffee. Yeah, I'm so excited. McDonald's has kick-ass coffee. It actually is like worth getting. But then you can't just order coffee from there. You have to order food.
Yeah, that's okay.
So, I mean, it is okay. It works out for me. I was about to talk about fucking something, man. And then this fucking asshole who had the audacity to come bring me food.
You're going to talk about puking.
Here it is. Yeah, let's talk about it. I don't care.
Which is perfect timing.
Yeah. So, I woke up. I fell asleep on the couch. I'll do that when I don't feel well, or usually, actually, almost every podcast night, right? I get home around 11, 12 sometimes, because we'll bullshit afterwards. And Michelle's usually asleep. And, most times I'll go in and just go to bed like most other nights. But on Thursday nights, I usually crash on the couch because I like to put on something on YouTube, kind of just wrestling or lore or whatever, maybe play a video game. And usually I'll finish cutting the show up as soon as I get home. Either then, or if I'm really tired, I'll go home and lay down and then wake up at like 4 or 5 and finish. That's why you'll notice sometimes the episode comes out like right at midnight on Friday, and sometimes it comes out at like 6 a.m. That's when you can tell like where I am.
8 a.m. is the push time.
Well, that's the official release. Yeah.
Yeah.
People like Maddie know. They know immediately.
And even then, the 8 a.m. thing has only happened a couple times, and we've been late or earlier.
That's why we schedule a post. So that's why when we push it, that's when it's released. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm far behind. I did not do any of my Crofton posts for this week. I'm making them on the fly.
I think we'll live. I think you'll be okay.
Yeah. Well, I spent the whole weekend making videos. So
they're so good, and as soon as I finish with you, I am getting off and I'm doing all of my YouTube work today. I am so behind. I'm back routine, but I'll talk about that in a second. I want to finish the puke thing because it's pretty fucked up. So I'm laying there and I decide I got to go to sleep. And so I smoke a little weed, and I'm like, I need to make myself go to bed. I'm really I don't feel good. So I'll cut the show as soon as I wake up. Well, I wake up at 2:28. I can remember that. For some reason, I can remember that. And I look over at the clock, and like when you're woken up by something, it sometimes takes a second to realize, like, why am I awake? What did body bring me up for? And then I feel it. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to throw up. And I'm laying on my back on my couch.
The worst feeling.
Just that, not like you're sick, that it's time.
Yeah.
It's time to go. And on one hand, incredibly thankful for you. That's your body going, oh, we don't die like this. Like, no, we're better than this, buddy. Like, we're not great, but we're a little bit better than this, okay?
We're not choking our puke today.
Yeah, without drinking any alcohol at least, or no, we're gonna save you from that embarrassment.
When you die, you're gonna earn it.
You're gonna fucking earn it. That's right. You're gonna Hendrix out. So I was just like, well, shit. So I'm laying on my back, but here's the thing. I know, I have a very good understanding of my body. I know if I sit up, I'm going to sit up and you know what I mean? I know that there's no other way. So I have about 20, 30 seconds that I'm on my back. I have to think, what am I doing? I'm not making it to the bathroom. So I decide I have a comforter, my kid's comforter I'd actually taken, just like kind of regular one, because he was laying with his mom, because none of us were feeling good. And I look at that, I'm like, it's going to be this. You know what I mean? Essentially just lay this blanket out and puke on it. Then roll it up and throw it in the dumpster. Just eat, you're sacrificing something, but cleaning up puke is unreal. Unreal. Out of carpet, it's unbelievably horrific.
Oh, I And you have white carpet, don't you?
Oh yeah, yeah, it would be there for it. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to make a
You
call.
got to go rent something. You're renting something to get that up.
Yeah, so you need to make it like I was even considering like opening up my table and throwing up into that. Throwing up on the ground is not an option. It is not an option. It is a financial thing now. So
I need you to promise me that if you ever roll over and open up your table and throw up into that, I need a photo.
You're a sick piece of shit, but I'm not planning on getting there again. But if I have to, I will do it, my friend. So I take the comforter. I'm just not thinking because it's also in the middle of the night, and I'm very tired. I don't feel well, but I'm able to kind of gather myself, and I just get up, and I sit up into the comforter. And I miss a little bit. As I sit up, like a little line of spew lays on the table. It was easy to clean up. And then I throw up into the comforter, but for some reason I put it too close to my face. So I made this like little bowl, and I threw up into it. But it threw up and then threw up, completely submerged my entire face in a puddle of puke. Had to pull my face out of it.
Oh my God.
Still keeping my wits about me enough to keep it wrapped up. So like I haven't gotten a fucking drop on the carpet or anything. It's just in this comforter. So like, oh fuck. So I wrap up this fucking comforter because it's going in more than one spew. Like that was just big spew one. This is like 5 or 6 spewer.
Oh my God.
Yeah, followed by like the 8 or 9, like at the end.
Yeah.
I'm talking about 4 or 5 gigantic projectiles.
This is you're in your bedroom, right?
No, I'm going from the couch in the living room, navigating my way into the first bathroom, Tucker's bathroom.
Oh, okay.
And as I'm able to, there's not a single bit of puke that gets on the carpet. I keep it in my little comforter bowl that I just dip my face in. Immediately burst into the bathroom, chuck the comforter into the toilet. Excuse me, into the not the toilet, into the.
I was gonna say that's worse. You're making it worse.
I'm in the bathroom now, though. We're all porcelain here. We can work our way out of this, which I had to do. I chucked the comforter into the tub, turn on the shower, cold as possible. You don't want to waste hot water on this mess. And then immediately, like, here comes the other spews. I just find porcelain. I'm like, I'm not going to make the toilet, so I just find the sink, and it just gets all over. Just covered. But we're on porcelain, baby. We can live with this. This can be undone with paper towels, patience, and rubber gloves.
We can do this.
And what ended up happening was I made so many tactical decisions at once. So I just like, let's finish throwing up. Let's get to the end of this. And it took another 10 minutes. I mean, of just like, you can't do anything else until even if there's nothing else coming out, your body's like, I'm not letting you go. We're going to sit here till whatever I feel needed to come out has come out. So I finish up and I go, we're not doing anything else. We're just going to sit here and clean. So I decided to go get the paper towels out all over the place. I'm naked at this point, by the way. I'm sweating so bad. I had to take off all my clothes. All my clothes are covered, so like they're gone. Every bit of clothing that I was wearing during this is now gone and thrown away.
That's like one of the most just like almost like demeaning positions when you're just like completely naked, throwing up, like
sweating,
trying to also deal with what you've done and still like not die.
You're the child and the parent. Like all wrapped into one. But like, and crying is in like your body. You're just like, oh, your eyes are red.
Oh yeah,
tears pouring out. You look like you've
busted all your blood vessels.
You look like you're like transforming or some shit. It's very weird. And I really got to I threw everything gross into the bathtub, the chunky bathtub, and just set about naked and still gagging. Made me gag doing this, but I was able to muster up getting a trash bag. I was able to wash my face, by the way. I stuck it under the shower, just obsessively. Like, and then what I did, I was like, okay, I'm going to sit here and clean all of this. Naked, still kind of throwing up because I'm like this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to get all this cleaned up. Every now and again, I go.
At that point,
it's over. Yeah. So I'm, even as I'm like kind of scooping, I'm such just like shoveling this shit into a bag, the trash bag, and then rewiping it. And I just add a little bit every now and again, just like, just from how gross it was.
Oh my God.
But again, it's what you got to do. You might as well, when you're already so fucking dirty,
Yeah.
Cleaned the whole bathroom, wiped it fucking clean and down, free of all throw up and garbage and shit. Took all the dirty stuff, threw it in trash bags, cleaned out the bathtub. We have a sparkling clean bathroom, and there I am just sweating, eyes red, looking like some sort of monster. And then I finally allow myself to shower.
Oh my God.
And that was my experience. Literally hours after recording that last episode of the podcast. So I
Fucking
suffer
terrible.
for you. Yeah, it was one of the worst like not feeling wells of my life. But in a really brief, it happened and it was done. And I was like, I had to have eaten something because I've had food poisoning before, and that's exactly what it felt like. Like that's why
Had to get out. Had to get it out.
Like,
Fine.
I've had one of like the ones where I went to a doctor, like, oh yeah, you had food poisoning, you ate something bad. Literally, that's what it felt like. Your body just, it's like it takes all the energy from your fucking tips of your toes, top of your head, and just positions it right here in your stomach, and it essentially just self pumps your stomach. So I'm better now. I'm eating McDonald's. I'm a badass.
Dog's just staring at me.
All right, we're almost 30 minutes in. Let's pop open this. Let's crack open this Word document here. Tell me about the Muggo meat.
Well, the mug of meat was just, I just kind of went back through our text messages. I made, what the fuck I make? Made some like beef stew or something, but then I poured it into a beer mug for you, and and then I left it in the mug overnight.
Yeah,
And it looked so fucking gross. It was but yeah. Then I started like pitching beer commercial ideas to Callie about like the work, kind of like Tectate. It's like the brother to Tectate.
the working man's beer.
Yeah, and that's Mugga Meat as well,
Dude, from the makers of Tectate.
Mugga Meat.
It's almost like, like Sam Adams is trying to like act like they're a craft beer company now.
Yeah,
They put out IPAs and with that, your cousin from Boston, you get that. They should do a Natty Bow commercial, like, oh, your cousin from Dundalk, hon. Dude, holy shit. Hold on, I have another point. Your cousin from Dundalk. Hey, what's going on, hon? I shot some heroin outside of Camden Yards before the O's doubleheader today, man. All right.
Oh,
Continue. I got really excited.
hey, I mean that's perfect. I didn't have much for this. I just wrote it down. Mugga Meat, and
There's a lot.
maybe making a new ad for it. That maybe that's the new beer
Let's,
for the makers of Tectate.
I feel like we should make Tectate is the make, right? Like they're the beer maker. Then there's the Tectate, the Mugga Meat IPA. There's the
For some reason, the fact that it's like an IPA makes it just so much worse.
That's what IPAs are really like. They're just mugs of meat.
Yeah,
There you are. I love IPAs.
you get the 4-pack.
But I'll be just a two pack. We're legally not allowed to sell them in more than 2 packs.
Yeah,
You cannot buy more than 1 pack. It's like
Oh,
medical
no.
marijuana. They keep track of how much you have. Oh yeah, leave that. There's a lot of fun riffing on Mugga Meat.
old Mugga Meat.
All right, what else?
Oh man.
The interview with Ari. We can do the intros and outros for that.
Oh yeah, I didn't finish it, but I listened to a lot of it.
We'll do it. We can actually just do that Thursday. We'll just it'll actually sound nicer with us doing the intros and outros
Yeah.
in person.
There we go. Yeah, but yeah, I listened to most of it. Well, it's a good interview so far.
Yeah.
So y'all got deep as shit. Right in the middle.
She's a lovely person.
Is she from around here, or is
No.
it just somebody you met online?
Tejas.
Like,
She
what?
she stands alone as
Tejas?
she's from Tejas.
what the hell's Tejas?
Texas.
Where's that?
Texas.
Oh, okay.
Get with it, man.
so-
Come on, I'm switching languages here.
Yeah.
Up, down, all around. No, and I'm also eating. She's my first online friend. We actually made a point of kind of saying that. I don't make online friends. I don't. I play single player games. I love your dog so much. Like, hey, what's going on, boys?
Oh wow. Okay.
So this
okay.
is great, boys.
Okay.
Rigel, fuck shit up, cause destruction. No, she was like, oh, I want to hear about this really neat, this neat content creator. Well, Rigel, I'll tell you, buddy. Okay. She was like, she's ambled into one of my streams one time, and I kind of talk about it in the interview. I was just starting out on Twitch. I was like getting serious about it. It was actually before we started the podcast again. I was on Twitch. And I was like, she just kind of came into one of my streams, said hi. I followed her channel, didn't look at how many followers she had. I followed her Twitter too. I didn't even like pay attention to how many people she had. I was like, oh, cool, someone new. And we kind of chatted like about, because I liked her content, she liked mine. And I was like, hey, you know, like, if you ever want to collab about something, you know, podcast, pretty much anything like that.
Which content of yours did she like?
Doing the Crunker. I'm a normal person on Twitch sometimes. Dude, not this.
I was just interested. It was like, what part of the content creation of your world was she a fan of?
Nah, she's a weirdo like us too. Like don't like she a more wholesome weirdo, but still a fucking, you know, she's a cool weirdo like us.
Yeah.
But just kind of ambled in. We started chatting back and forth. Tucker, you want Millie? Millie, go with Tucker, babe. No, she wants to stay here for my food. I'll be out in a second, bud. But anyway, just kind of like, I don't make online friends, and I was weirded out by it, but I reached out and was like, hey, if you ever want to do something, you know, like a podcast or collab, that'd be really neat. Maybe we could help each other out. I said this not knowing that she has a pretty good following already of like thousands. It was like 2,500 on Twitch, which is a lot. That's like, yeah, real. And then like,
that's a lot.
Yeah. And her Twitter had like almost 8,000 followers. I was like, fuck, man.
Oh.
I was like, oh, fuck. And she was just so nice to me. And like, I feel like
we're going to go ahead and do you a favor. We're going to help you out.
Yeah, pretty much. Not like that.
The tens of M3 listeners.
You won't even give us dozens.
Yeah. Well, I guess we are at a couple. We might be. You know what? After today, we might be at 64. So that will be a couple dozen. You know.
That's right. We've made it. But yeah, chatting. I figured out how much bigger she was than what I was doing, and then I brought it up. I was like, "Yo, how fucking funny is this?" And I feel like maybe it. She
Keep talking.
Like, yeah, go for it.
I'm just letting the dog out.
No, go for it. She came across as a person who was just, you know, and very. Still was kind of catching up to her her fame herself. You know what I mean? I pretty much just saying she was catching up to her fame herself in a way, and whatever fame is. But like, you know, she was only been at it like 2 or 3 years at that point. But she didn't have a big head about it. Still doesn't. And I think maybe there was an appreciation of how I approached her. It was very much like, hey, I like your stuff. Do you want to do a podcast? Like, do you want to do work on something? It was very technical. Because I don't like to approach strangers. I mean, women or otherwise, because they don't know me, but I know what I look like. I know, like, until you meet someone, there's a distrust online. So I always try to approach them.
I am the danger.
I am the mayor. Because I'm very lightly broaching the mayor stuff with her. You know what I mean? Like, because we're going to do other stuff in the future.
That's what I was like.
But I'm trying to catch her up to speed very slowly. Very slowly. Yeah. But no, it was just... it was very positive. We talked about technical things. I had questions about the things that she did because she's a cosplayer, she's a streamer, and a lot of the things that she did in her streams, I was like, I should probably do a mine, you know, to help build a community. Because there's a really nice community there. So she's a streamer, she's a content creator. She's become my pal over the last year. She's someone that I want to have back on in our little universe here because she's interesting as shit. She's an interesting chick, and we're gonna help her come out of her shell a little bit because I know that feeling. That was her first podcast. I think with
really
it was.
I mean, like I said, I think I made it through. I heard kind of talking about like high school and like her interest at that time, and then kind of coming through and some of the more darker parts of life.
Yeah, she's
and
badass.
I think that was when I got home, so I had to stop listening, but I'll finish it.
It's a good talk, and it's about that other side of entertainment now, and that other side of like performance. It's like it's just another thing. She's a performer just like us, but maybe she doesn't even realize it. Like she isn't putting it together. Like, yeah, you're a performer. Like we're all in this big circle. It's probably get along. You're kind of performing for like a scrolling chat bar, which is the same. That's like a sea of heads. I really compare it to the sea of heads when you see a nice big fat chat bar rolling up. It feels like when Wise Eyes played that Thanksgiving show. I'll never forget it. It's my favorite show that we ever played, besides the New Jersey one.
But with
The entire
Foxes.
family. Fleet, fuck you. All right, I love those guys. But yeah, we'll leave that on. We can talk about it a little bit. Like we'll allude to it because then I want to drop it. I think. I don't know. We'll drop it sometime next week. But what else do we have here? But yeah, go to Ari. Ari _ is here. So ARI.
I did not realize it was Ari is here. I kept being like, Ari Isher. Okay,
I said the same
Ari
thing.
Isher.
I said the same thing. Dude, for the longest time, and then I figured it out myself. And then she says herself, she's like, "That's the brand. It's Ari is here. I'm here." And I was like, "That's fucking good." Like, this, from a branding genius to another branding genius.
Yeah. What? Yeah, I get it because our brand is also we're here, but so is everybody else in our brains.
All the other people.
We're all here. The mayor, the director,
the colonel,
Michael, the colonel,
the colonel,
the weekend vegetarian, Paige Christmas. I get it. We're here.
I almost shot my hash brown down my throat laughing at weekend vegetarian. All right. Say a poem while I chew this hash brown. Try harder.
What?
I said try harder. Never mind. Look, I found a way.
I found a way. Look, now your screen's like blowing out with the sun come out. God damn. Oh man, I sent a video. There's a link in the topics. Minority Report and Iron Man, they're here. We've made it. The military in the UK strapped a fucking Iron Man suit on their Marines and then took them out to the ocean. And now they can like fly onto ships and shoot people.
Well, they're ready to fuck America up. They have not forgotten. They're like, "Oh, you little bitches, we're
coming back.
We're coming to collect."
They've been stirring it up in the Middle East, so we're distracted.
Yeah.
Not knowing that the whole time the fucking ghost of Winston Churchill has been fucking dangling his fingers, just like we're gonna take it back.
God, having such a boner for World War II history when I was in high school really just looks. It's such a bad look now. They were all so horrible. They were all so horrible. It's like, oh yeah, Stalin and Churchill and FDR, the good guy. Go team. Go Team Allies, man.
Team Allied.
Winston Churchill, that fat fuck. Big fat British fuck. Not a political podcast.
Speaking of awful, did you see the Ellie Kemper thing?
Oh, what?
All right, do you know who Ellie Kemper is?
No.
Actress. She played Erin on The Office and Kimmy Schmidt.
Kemper. So I'm gonna look her up. Yes. Okay. What is veiled profit ball?
Dude.
Wait.
Dude. So.
Oh, can I let's stop and just. I'm gonna tell you. I typed it in. Okay. So I want to type the first 3 top stories and why this is so okay. Ellie Kemper controversy. What is the failed profit ball? Next one. Ellie Kemper, who appeared in a TV show that actually starred blah, 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 blah. Third. Why is Ellie Kemper and her ties to the KKK trending? What the fuck?
Yeah. It's like the veiled. Oh, yeah. What was it? The Veiled Bride? I forget. I gotta look it up again. I just saw it and I was just like, what the fuck is this? But yeah, I guess she grew up in old money in down south somewhere. I forget where it's no, actually I think it was St. Louis. And I guess they have like beauty pageants that are like essentially like KKK beauty pageants.
What?
Yeah. I saw somebody say something about Veiled Bride. Is that what it was?
Mm-mm. Veiled Beauty.
Veiled Beauty.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And somebody said something about how like, oh God, what was that show on HBO? Like True Detective. I guess like season 1 of True Detective might have been similar to this or something like that. I don't know. I meant to. I got to read a little more. I just saw it.
That's the only season of True Detective in my mind. There was no other seasons of True Detective.
Wait, I didn't finish it. We watched a couple episodes.
You didn't finish True Detective? I don't know. Dude, that's a great show.
Yeah, I want to watch it. We watched like 3 or 4 episodes and then
I didn't know what happened. I got through all 8 episodes and still didn't understand what had happened at the end, but I loved it. And then I went back and watched it again and paid attention, and I understand a little bit more. But still didn't understand shit.
Yeah.
It's really good. If anything,
Yeah, well,
just for Matthew McConaughey like playing a really burnout cop, just a like a
yeah, because
weird dude.
was it like season 2 Vince Vaughn?
It's just a different thing. It's just like the season
Yeah.
2 was just a different. I don't even know if it's the same universe, but it's essentially just like different stories. It was like the Scientologist girl from Handmaid's Tale, Vince Vaughn, like Colin, whatever it is, the Irish dude,
Farrell.
Farrell. Yeah, he used to do
Yeah.
a bunch of shit, and yeah, it just was not good, and I wasn't into it.
Oh,
I'm a true detective. Too far into the episode to quit now. Fucking tear in my mouth. All right. So we're gonna put we're gonna have to dive a little deeper there. A little bit more to know. Look,
I'll read a little more.
Celebrities are falling apart. John Cena fucking joining.
His name is Taiwan John.
Taiwan John. You can't see Taiwan. And now we have fucking
The Iron Curtain.
we have Grand Dragon Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah.
That's horrific. Okay, so we're gonna put that's definitely in.
Yeah.
Okay. Tire pile update.
Yeah. I couldn't remember what the last thing we talked about was. So I put that on there just to talk about like the update of like the man that reached out and what we've done since then.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I've reached out to the county at this point and the
It got
department
pretty intense.
what I call them, the Department of Trash the other day. and then I had to do a whole thing with that and then figuring out like the tax plot and then I went to the county. So I'm talking to the county because I went there. I went to the tire pile. I took photos and I went and looked at it. It's a lot. I was like all gung ho. I was like, yeah, we can move this. And then I got there. I'm like, well, no, I don't really know what to do with this. And I was like,
Take it to the dump. I know what to do with it. I have relevant experience. I don't even need, I just need you could just film.
Yeah.
It's me. You need a truck and a trailer and boys with elbow grease.
Yeah.
You load up the trailer and you take it to the dump and they have a special place to take the tires. It's actually incredibly easy.
Oh. Couple of strong boys.
Honestly, if we could, I feel like under the auspices of like, hey boys, we're gonna make a funny ass video, we could get like 8 to 10 people to show up, just make a real show. Like, honestly, how many tires would you say are there?
15, 16.
Dude, you get like 8 people, everybody gets 2, and like, oh, make sure when you get that tire, make a show of it.
Yeah.
You're really just like squatting, like people just. I want an army of
they're
people.
big. I mean, they're big tires.
How
They're
big?
not like they're not like car tires. They're like oversized for like construction vehicles.
What kind of construction vehicles? Like
Small dump trucks. Like
small.
oh,
You've been shuttered out. There you go. Welcome back.
oh my battery's at 10%.
That's fine. We're almost done here. We're 42 minutes in, so we have pretty much show written. Oh, and for down the toilet bowl, I want to do all of these. I think in this order for the next few weeks. We'll do Soviet Human Z, Hiro Onita.
Onoda.
I know about that. I know a lot about that story. I would love for the two of us to do that. That would be.
That's what I was like. I know it's been done a bunch, but I thought it'd be.
But it's a fun one. Fun as fun as war is. But
Yeah.
Burp.
Dope. All right. So then, I'll do the Soviet Human Z because that's. I don't know how long it is, but I know that there was a development in the science recently. So,
there's no Soviets left. Wait, the Human Z lives.
The Human Z project lives.
That's hot. All right. So this we've bored the room. You guys have gotten bits. You guys have gotten delicious mukbang and ASMR. I'm back. I'm back. Oh, I'm back. I'm back in full form. I cannot wait to riff with the homies. Ugh. Oh no, this Thursday we'll have a busy day. I already told Michelle I might be there later because we do need to do Manson. I felt bad, but I also did. I was like, I gave them an extra 20 minutes on that show.
Yeah, I didn't want you to puke everywhere.
I would have, and it's funny. I ended up if I would have pushed a little longer.
Yeah,
I would have not. It would have been a bad episode. Like,
yeah,
because when you're doing the main lines, you can just like I can melt down and do a bit, just fall apart. But when you're more focused, it doesn't work. But anyway. This is another edition of Boys Being Boys. Boys
Hole?
Yeah,
Boys Room. Remember, we got the Blackboard logo.
Mm-hmm. We do. I thought I've been better at putting that up.
I don't. I didn't even look. I have no idea. You
Yeah,
might
I do.
have.
I do. I usually do every time. I make sure to put the logo. I don't put it. You can't put it up. With the
I might be
video.
saying out loud so that I remember.
Yeah,
because I'm also bad with it.
Because with the video you can't. It's just whatever the thumbnail is. But I usually
Yeah.
immediately post the audio. So, thank you for laying your $5 down. Remember that gives you the right to verbally berate us and ask us where is the content, even though it does obviously come across as you don't respect the troops as much as we do, Maddie.
Yeah.
Rockville. Hold on, I was gonna do a cool like
Smoke out.
watch this. Goodbye.